Hazel and I are going to work on a few body handling exercises. Body handling is a really important thing that we often overlook. If you think about it, over the course of your dog's life, they get handled by a lot of people, and sometimes pretty often, depending on the dog and the type of dog. So most dogs will be handled in ways that are not comfortable throughout their lifetime, whether it be at the vet or at the groomer, and sometimes we have to do things ourselves that are uncomfortable for them. So it's really, really helpful to get some conditioning under their belts so that they begin to associate these things with really positive things. So I'm going to work with Hazel a little bit on ear touches, paw touches, and muzzle lifts. And I'm using Tripe. It's a high-value treat because I want her to associate this high-value, wonderful thing with this body handling. So to start with the ear touches, I'm just going to touch her ear for a second and then give her a treat. And then I will touch the other ear and give her a treat. And you will slowly build up time so that way you can hold your dog's ear open for a longer period of time, because if you think about it, at the veterinarian, sometimes they have to stick equipment in the ear, and your dog being comfortable with that is really, really helpful. So the next one that I'm going to work on is paw, and you can use just a basic paw cue for this one. And that's how I've built it, and what I want her to get used to is the sensation of her foot being held, her toes being kind of played with in between, without feeling the need to pull her leg away. Paw. Excellent. Paw. Thank you. And so I would just play with her foot a little bit and then give her a treat. And then the last one is the muzzle lift. And this one can be pretty uncomfortable for dogs. It makes them feel a little bit vulnerable, but it's important when we want the vet to be able to check out their teeth. So the muzzle lift is going to look like that, and then treat. Muzzle lift and treat. And one last bonus exercise to go over really quickly, and the value of it can't be stressed enough, is being conditioned to collar grabs. A lot of the time we have to grab our dogs by the collar, and we have to do it quickly. There's lots of different reasons for that. So getting your dog used to you doing this is a really, really good thing to have under your belt. So just a real quick, and then treat. A grab, and then treat. And that's it. So you can see that Hazel's fairly comfortable with having various parts of her body touched and manipulated. Doesn't particularly bother her. And that's because this is something that we've worked on. And I've proven to her time and time again that it's worth her while to let me do it. And we actually have a mobile vet who comes to the house, which makes things much more comfortable for our dogs. And makes these exercises that much easier. But being able to use them in places such as the veterinarian's office or the groomer's salon can be really, really helpful. So that's all for today.